So, what did you think about when Mr. Stevens, he hit the horse for whining at the night?
I think that he was kind of a little cruel, like a little too cruel about that, because he was like mostly hard on like Katie and Haram. I thought he was very mean.
Yeah, I also thought that he was kind of that was very sad because he's just so hard, and Katie worked hard with the horse to get she worked very hard with
chores that she did?
Yeah, I agree.
So that's why I'm glad that she ran away, because she would have a better place with her uncle, and she could go to school instead of just doing chores all day and like not eating dinner with them, not eating good dinner, and like eating porridge that is cold and not having clothes.
On page 130 it says grimmage.
Where is it?
Right here, 130. Grimmage. I think that means like, maybe it means like kind of like being like a kind of shocked, but kind of like I agree with you, look, like, yeah, maybe it was kind of like that, because it sounds like, I think, that's what I think, that might be.
I'm glad that they had Haram. Wait, that's his name, right?
Yeah.
I'm glad that they had him because he kind of took care of Katie.
Yeah.
Because he did know, it said at the end that I did know your family. They were very nice.
I disagree, because it said, even though, it says right here, I knew your folks a little. And I think, it's right here, I think that even though Haram didn't know Katie's folks a lot, he still cared for him. Because, like, this book was very sad, and I think there's a lot of, like,
emotional atmosphere.
I think he was like kind of secretly working with Katie, because he would still work day and night and go out early in the morning, but he would still kind of work with Katie.
Yeah, he's kind of like an adult, but he's not.
Yeah. So what do you think that we could add to our historical times, or maybe the personal one?
Maybe that escaping for the personal timeline. But I don't know
but her history, maybe, you know how you said that, like, the children got treated that way? The children got treated that way? Well, maybe it was because some of them...
Yeah, and I think, like, on the last page... On the last page, I thought that most of the atmosphere was, like, freedom. That's sadness, because it said... I can read that right here.
It said, so I whispered it once more, and after a long moment we started off again. We walked at a steady pace as we had all night.
I thought that was very, like, sad, but also, like, expressed it was freedom from being, like, under, like, control instead of, like, being, like, free.
It's what Mrs. Homeler was talking about.
Our teacher.
Talking about mini lesson.
So, what do you think?
I also, I agree, because they were really showing that she had freedom in, especially like when towards the end, she was all working hard day and night. Yeah. Never got to play, never got to get a break.
Yeah,
the only thing she could do that she wasn't under control of was sleeping.
She didn't get to sleep that much because she
Right.
always had to go out to see the Mustang and then the
Mustang.
the cow. Yeah, the cow.
Yeah, wasn't it? It was,
Midnight and
no,
someone
it
else.
was,
Betsy.
Yeah, Betsy the cow. And then, but I'm also, you know, when the little girl went up on the thing, the what?
Oh,
Yeah.
the stable rail.
Yeah,
Yeah.
and she got her dress got caught in there. I think that Mr. Stevens should have rewarded her or something, like she wouldn't have to work.
I think he should be more nice.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Like Katie, she was being really nice to the horse and saying it was my fault, not yours. And yeah.
It's like, I feel like she could get like at least a compliment, because in this book I've never seen one compliment to her.
Except
They're like, it's like Katie and Ram were Mr. and Mrs. Stevens' slaves. It felt like that.
Yeah,
a little bit.
sometimes Mrs. Stevens was nicer because like she would say like sometimes she would yell at her just to, like a tiny bit, but Mr. Stevens would be like listen the directions and like get like a big voice.
Yeah.
So that's why I think that Mrs. Stevens was a little bit nicer, but she was still mean.
I agree because I think Katie was a little jealous of the kids that Mrs. McCarthy's kids.
Yeah.
I think they were very jealous because they were laughing and having fun while she was milking cows
And working
and
vacuuming
cleaning
and doing the dishes and doing this and that.
Especially
It
for
didn't
spring
feel right.
cleaning.
It didn't really feel right that she had to do that instead of living her own life.
Like we had to do this.
Yeah, like child, we're supposed to enjoy it, and I don't think she could really enjoy it because she was under like this pressure too.
You're supposed to be able to look back to your memories, and I think she
Good
would be
memories.
able to look back to that memory. She would be like, because her parents died, and her sister, and then
She has to work all day,
she has to work all day.
and
But
then
I think it could get happier in the next book because she might find her uncle.
yeah, and I think that. What do you think?
I felt really bad for her, like, when she just, like, you're supposed to have a good childhood, not be yelled at constantly. I mean, I understand if some things, like, you do something on accident or it's okay to have mistakes in your life. And you gotta learn to do chores, but it's not as much as she was doing.
Like, we get lighter chores, but she gets so heavy chores. She has to do this and that and that. This has to be done, like, at a certain time. Like, you have to be done exactly at this time.
We get chores, but I'm not sure if you guys do, but I do this.
Yeah, so.
But it's not like what you were saying. It's not like all day long. It's not like you eat, then you have to go straight to milking the cow. Then you have to go do something else and do something else. Then you go to bed and you eat and go to bed.
And you have to
go
sleep
back
for, like, a little amount of time. Like,
or you have to
she
listen.
shouldn't be, like, it feels like she's, like, timed to be sleeping. Like, you have exactly 3 hours to sleep. I don't think that's fair.
She should get to sleep in as long as she wants.
Unless it's
Yeah. And she should go to school because I think that she was in the book. I think that she did want to go to school because she said if I went out into where was she gonna go? The wild. I think it was the west.
Something.
The west. I would get more clothes and I would get like a school and he wouldn't like be working me all day.
Yeah. Like, but oh.
I felt really bad when she said, when she overheard them talking about sending her to an orphanage. That was so sad. And then shooting the horse even.
Yeah.
That was sad even more.